Hello traders, this is Jeff. It is February 20th and we're about 15 minutes to the close. I unfortunately have a position in BYON, which used to be Overstock, and I'm looking to do another earnings play. We're we're having a pretty nice green run the last several days, and we're having a nice green run today. If we bring in the flex grid here, this is a 15-minute chart here, and it's done well over the last hour. So what I'm looking to do is sell some covered calls on my position. So taking a look at the options chain here, I'm going to do the February 23rd expiry, which will expire this coming Friday. I'm looking to sell, I'm looking to do these 33s or maybe even these 34s. Now, the expected move on BYON is about $4. Let me bring this over. The expected move is just under $4, and the implied volatility is 200. Now, I've been tracking this IV all day long, and it's interesting what's happened to this today. So at 10 o'clock, the IV was 176.53. Then at 12:45, it was 200. And then 3:30, it was 201.46. 2:40, it was 200.26. So I don't know if we're going to get much more of a spike as we're just about to close here. But we'll see what happens. Now let's take a look at the option chain here. Now, this column is volume traded for the day, and I'm looking at the 33s. So we've had 192 traded. Last X is the last price. Oh, it went up to 36 because that was 35 cents just a minute ago. Low is 23, high is 36. Now, what I'm concerned about with is theta burn. So we've got 19-20 cents of theta burn a day. And I'm also looking here at this probability. This is probability OTM, or probability that this option expires worthless, which is nearly 88%, and I like that. The delta is 16, so these kind of go hand in hand, where there's probably around a 16% chance this option expires in the money, and we're currently 35 by 40 cents. Now, BYON options are notoriously hard to get filled in, so I could get 35 cents right now, but I'm going to try to split the spread, of course. We're about 12 minutes from the close. I'm going to look up here. Ooh, there's 10 40 contracts. I wish I'd clear those out. They're obviously not going to get filled at 40. I'll tell you, this 34 is looking kind of attractive. If a guy could get 30 cents, maybe. Okay, I'm going to pause this. We are 12 minutes from the close. I'm going to put these orders in, probably about 2 minutes from the close, and we'll see if we can get filled. I want to take a look at a daily chart again real quick here. So right at the end of the year, BYON got up and challenged $30. So if I sell up here at 32, 33, theoretically, maybe I'll be okay. The expected move is $4. That would put us around 31 on the upside and around 23 on the downside. So we'll see what happens. We're starting to put in a little bit of a red candle here on the 5. See what happens to implied volatility. It's right at 200 right now. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, this is interesting. We're 5 minutes from the close. IV is staying about the same, but I just noticed that we're 35 by 45, and there's not too many 45s in here. We're starting to push this up to 50. This is the options level 2, by the way. Let's take a look at the 34 calls. They're 25 by 35. Well, they're starting to push this up to 40 maybe. See what happens with IV. We're about 4.5 minutes from the close. I'm going to pause this. We'll be back. Just thought I'd show this again real quick. We're at high of day 2, which is awesome, and we're continuing to run. We're about 3.5 minutes here. Ooh, that's up to 25 by 40. I wonder what the level 2 looks like there. That is, that's went to 30 by 40. I think I'm gonna, volatility's crept up a little bit. I think I'm gonna try to get 35 cents here at the 34 rather than the 33s. I'll change that. And I'm going to put these up at 39 cents, although they won't fill. Holy smokes. My plan was to do this about 2 minutes to the close. Okay, we're 3 minutes to the close now. I don't think IV is going to go much higher. Although if you watched my PayPal video the other day, and you can find that up here where my cursor's at, I didn't wait quite long enough. I could have picked up a couple more pennies for the calls I sold, but the PayPal wasn't as nearly as spready as this is either. Okay, we're 2.5 from the close. We're dropping in price a little bit. IV. I don't think there's any way I get 39 cents. About 220. Okay, I'm going to route these at 39 here pretty quick. I may have to drop down to the 33s as well. Okay, 2 minutes. IV is hanging in there, not really doing much. BYON's dropped about a dime. Ooh, I don't like that. 25 by 40, let's try it. Okay, I'm going to do a lot of cancel replacing. You know what? I'm going to cancel these all together. Come on. I'm going to go back up here. This is maybe fruitless here. I don't know if I could pull 45 cents out of this. I doubt it. Nope. We are seconds away from the close. This may not happen. Hey, I got him. Got him at 39 cents. As the bid goes to 40. Okay, well, we're 4 seconds from the close. That was the close. Well, I got high of day. Well, I didn't get up to 34, but I was going to do the 33s anyway. I got 39 cents, and earlier we were 30 by 40. So, and what did the IV? Oh, look what the IV did. Holy smokes. I wasn't looking at that as I was doing these orders. IV went up about 5%, I believe. So, let's bring this over now to how about a 5-minute chart? And I've got this set up for pre and post market data. Holy smokes. Oh, this is after hours. Okay. We closed at 27.18, but we're up after hours. So I'm going to pause this. I don't think the earnings have hit yet, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so what will happen is we're going to have an implied volatility crush. The earnings will be released shortly, and these numbers tomorrow and the rest of the week will just plummet, especially this one here. So I'll try to take some screenshots tomorrow of what the IV looks like at the open and then shortly after the open. Okay, it's 3:45 market time. Not much has went on with BYON after the bell. This is a 1-minute chart here in the gray area, and the volume has been nothing. Now, according to Thinkorswim, I'll drag this over. They were going to report today after the bell, but the conference call is tomorrow morning at 8:30, so maybe that's when things will move and shake. So I'm gonna sign off for part 1 of this, and I will be back probably Thursday or Friday, and we'll see how this trade winds up. Hello traders, it's February 21st. BYON reported earnings at the conference call. I'm showing a 5-minute chart. This would be post-market yesterday, pre-market today. Though it had a little bit of a run up and then we've crashed. And we've had the IV crush as expected. So I took this screenshot right at the open, and IV was pretty strong. I took this screenshot 2 minutes after the open, and IV had crushed big time. So we'll take a look at a live market here. Let's bring in actually my grid maybe. How about my flex grid here? So here is a 5-minute and a 15-minute, and BYON is taking a crap. So I think my calls will probably just expire worthless. Let's take a look at the trade page real quick. Okay, you can see IV has lower down to 110 here. So open up the option chain, and I'm short 2 of these 33 calls. Right now they're 0 by 15. So we're about $6.65 out of the money here with 2.5 days, probably more like 3 days until expiry. I'm just going to let these go. They'll probably expire worthless. The earnings weren't good. The earnings estimate was a loss of 71.4 cents a share, and the actual earnings were a loss of $1.22 a share. You're probably wondering why I'm in this trade, and I have to ask myself that same question. I've been in it for a while. I took this covered call trade just to try to bring in some income for the trade, which I've done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Good trading, everybody. We'll see you next time.